we have another interruption to our regularly scheduled program. I'm just gonna roll tape. Here you go. Are y'all with me? Can we be together on this one? Because, oh my gosh! Okay. I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd. Not ashamed of it. Been that way for a long, long time. Lived and hoped to be that way at the very end. Marvel. Let me tell y'all something. Disney Plus would not have me right now were it not for the Marvel acquisition. I've always been a bigger Trek person than Star Wars. Always and forever. Not sorry. I love Trek. And I did actually get Disney Plus first because I was like, a lot of my friends were talking about The Mandalorian. I was like, well, the only way I can see it is if I get Disney Plus. Then I get on there to find they're going to only release, this was season 1, that they were only going to release one a week. And I was like, oh, well, I'm only going to see 2 weeks of this because free promotion is going to go. And so I had the first 7 days and I let it go. And then I heard that Marvel was making the deal with Disney, and I said, oh god, oh my god. No, let's be straight. Or let's be clear, rather. That's a better word. I own every single Marvel, like MCU, canon, work. Period. Like, outright. I own them all. So, I didn't go to Disney for that. But Disney Plus has all of these originals, and now that hopefully we're coming out of the pandemic, but during the pandemic, this was the only place we could see a lot of stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. Now, they did me today. It's Monday. They knew I needed that in my spirit. They knew I needed it deep down in my spirit. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings, I got high aspirational hopes that this is going to be done very well. We have seen WandaVision, which in episodes 1 and 2, I was like, ooh, y'all, what? 3, I went, 4, I was like, yes! And then the rest of the way, I was good. And I think that's how a lot of people felt, whether you're a person who read the comics or didn't read the comics and came into it, with Iron Man, the movie. It's okay. It's all good. But WandaVision, I'm glad it landed the way that it did. It was an emotional roller coaster. I didn't talk about it a whole lot because I, like many MCU fans and Marvel fans, there's a difference, I got a little caught up with WandaVision, and I realized I needed to rein it back in. I was watching every single person's commentary on YouTube about what was going on ad nauseum, to the point where I was like, I'm not going to be able to enjoy this if I keep diving into the fanaticism, like the deep well fanaticism. No judgment. This is for me. So I actually had a couple of blogs and videos I was going to go ahead and put together during WandaVision. And I actually paused them. And I said, nope, I need to consume. I need to enjoy and just consume and experience it. And I'm so glad that I did. When this Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out, woo! It's so much. It's so much. This is why, if anyone still wonders why diversity in filmmaking and storytelling is important, this is why. And anybody who's got stuff to say about Falcon and the Winter Soldier can kiss all my grits, because that is one of the best things I have seen in a while. The subtleties, the nuances, the fight sequences, the cinematography, the acting, like they just keep chop, 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 chop. And I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. I expect a lot from Marvel, but I wasn't expecting that, and it has been a joy as a screenwriter, as a filmmaker. I'm looking at this going, I come to learn. Like every week, I'm like, this is fantastic. And now, I mean, yo, so I was hyped about Loki coming up next, and then they dropped Shang-Chi on us. Amen. Amen. Those sequences are crazy. I really hope they don't pull my video down, because I was trying to like do little snips. It's not because I'm trying to divert people from the original. I want people to go look at the original teaser wherever they can find it. It's fantastic. The special effects. My God. I hope that this is going to mark the turning of a corner where now we will have teens that will, I'm thinking about the Feige effect. We're going to have teens that are going to be thinking about the whole of the canon as they cultivate these stories, which just helps us to dive in and get comfy with them even more, because it's like getting to know someone. It's like getting to know a new family of artistic renderings and whatnot, and I'm here for it. This is storytelling in the most pure and engaging way, and I just love it. I love it all. So I just had to go ahead and lean into my inner geek. I had something else planned for today. I just had to lean into my inner geek and let her come out a little bit, and just smell that beautiful footage. It's just so good. It's so good. And yo, Widow is still coming out, and I'm like, one thing I will say is that I hope that because there are some things that are going on with Falcon and Winter Soldier with some of the edits that they did that I know at some point I'm going to want them to go ahead and give us the original. I understand the logic behind why they would make some of the updates and edits that they did, because you must be cognizant of the times. And some people are real sensitive and fragile right now. But I eventually hope that, much like the victory we got with the Snyder Cut, I hope that we are going to eventually get to see the original artistic vision for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Similarly, I hope that with Black Widow they have not changed it too much from the original vision, unless it truly does improve or enhance what was going on. But I'm ready for Widow. I'm so ready for Widow. Y'all saw last week I went ahead and showed you I got my first shot. My second shot is coming up real soon. When I get that second shot and my 14-day incubation period is over after that, I am looking forward to finding ways of going back out into the world cautiously. Still gonna have my mask with me. But I miss movie theaters. Does anybody else miss movie theaters? Tell me in the comments if you miss movie theaters. And it's weird because, like, my movie going experience was really underwhelming before the pandemic, because it felt like we were getting such quality stuff at home, and I have a great television at home, a couple of them actually. We were getting such great quality, I just wasn't getting the same kind of feeling of like, oh yeah, we really want you in here, we're going to make this special. It wasn't even about how much it cost, really, for me. I don't mind paying to go and have a great experience at a movie theater. But you know what's a bummer? You go to a movie theater, and I love my neighborhood movie theater, but I need them to step it up. And I hope that the pandemic has taught all the movie theaters this. I need to feel like I'm going to the show. It needs to feel like I'm going to go do a night at Broadway. My bathrooms have got to be exceptionally clean and welcoming and plentiful so that there aren't long lines or anything like that. My food options need to be outstanding. We need all of the theaters to scale it up to the way that, like, Alamo Drafthouse in Texas does it, where, you know, if you want to order the food and have it brought to you in the theater, you ought to be able to do that from your seat, from your smartphone, okay? Or, even better, go ahead and create a keypad. No, use a smartphone. Less contact. Yeah, smartphone. But they can go ahead and they can bring you your food fresh made and your beverages, hard or soft. Like, going to the movies is going to the show, and it needs to be to that standard. And if a theater can't offer that standard, maybe they shouldn't be operating in that way. Because I want it to be a big deal. I want to be able to go ahead and come in there and do all the things and just enjoy it. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing movie theaters innovate in the way that I know that they can, and not just rest on their laurels. Because there's going to be that first bump of people like, we want to get out. Like in the movies when you see everybody gets loose and they start running through the streets. We're going to have that first initial push. And then after that, I'm going to need them to step the game up, because I want it to be amazing. I want it to be so amazing that I build it in my budget to go to the movies once a week. Seriously. As a treat. Sometimes I'll go with my boo. Sometimes I may go by myself. Who knows? But I want it to be an experience. And I'm looking forward to that. And I think that with the way that Marvel has pushed the envelope with these shows, like, I wouldn't even mind if they kept the option where you could have a Disney Plus membership and you got some kind of a discount to go and experience the Disney Plus weekly release at the theater. And if y'all want to throw me a couple coins for that idea, if you hadn't thought about that yet, I can load my Cash App up. But I'm just saying, like, we got to think about how can we keep giving this kind of quality. And for my beloved DC, I saw somebody posted recently where they were saying if DC will just go ahead and lean into what their true strength and power is, then they're not going to have to worry about chasing Marvel. They can just chase the best DC that they can possibly be. Marvel is about regular people stepping up and battling these all-powerful kind of creatures and the greatest of humanity's things rising forward, right? DC is about gods, dealing with their other kind of thing. And it's like, just be who you are. Just be who you are. Don't try to be Marvel. Please, God, for the love of God. DC, don't try to be Marvel. Don't try to be Marvel. Be DC. That's what we need you to be. And then we have our others who are going to be coming up. I think these independents are going to be showing us something in the next little bit. So I'm excited. I hope y'all go check out, if you haven't checked it out already, go check out the Shang-Chi teaser trailer. Know that we got Loki coming. I don't know how many times I'll come and talk about this stuff, but today my geek juice was just overflowing and I had to share. But this is an exciting time. Exciting times? Exciting